I'm Marty Lennartz, and we are backstage at the Pitchfork Music Festival here in the city of Chicago at Union Park. And I'm joined by a guitarist for Built to Spill. This is Brett Netson. Brett, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to Chicago and Pitchfork. This is going to be quite a weekend.
Yeah.
And this weather must remind you of being back in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice little respite here.
Big menacing clouds. It's nice. It's better than it being hot and muggy.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So you guys are playing here tonight, and this is night one of Pitchfork. And
Yeah.
It's the Write the Night Nights, I guess is what they're calling it. And
What do they call it?
They're calling it Write the Night.
Wow.
I guess that's because all of the songs were written in. Not really written in.
Oh,
but
right.
online,
Okay.
Request.
Okay.
So have you had a chance to take a look at the set list from the requests?
Yeah. Yeah, and it turned out it was a lot of the songs that we usually like to play anyway, so it was pretty easy.
That kind of works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you are one of the original members of Built to Spill. You go way back with the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what year was that?
I don't know. Was it 92 or something?
Yeah.
93?
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
But you've been in and out of the band over those years.
Yeah. Doing different things. I had my own group, Caustic Resin, and, stuff.
Does Caustic Resin still live?
Nah, no. Maybe. Never know.
But when you came back to Built to Spill, was Caustic Resin already finished at that point? Or
Yeah. Yeah, we did one. I did one last tour. The small club circuit is kind of. It's not too cool. I mean, there was kind of a threshold that got crossed right around the late '90s up into 2000s, where things kind of really changed.
Yeah.
There was a little co-opting thing that happened. I'm sure we're all aware of that.
Yep.
It just it got harder to find people that will let you stay at their house. Those kinds of things.
Right.
It used to be there was always somebody in the crowd that's like, hey, yeah, come over and stay at our house and blah, blah, we'll make you lunch and breakfast and all that, and go shopping at thrift stores and all these sorts of things that we did for years and loved so much. And then that sort of attitude kind of didn't sort of fading away.
Mm-hmm.
People got real ambitious and real professional.
How about yourself?
Well, no. That's why Built Spill seemed like a great. It's like, yeah, sure, just play with Built Spill because it's it's good and it's doing the same things the same way it's always been done.
Yeah.
And Doug was lucky enough to. He's got a good sense of timing. He knows how to cause very little trouble for himself and for everybody else, and it's a good outfit. It's like it's solid. It was it's a solid organization.
Yeah, and the band has always been able to do it their own way too.
Yeah.
Even with been with major labels for a long time.
Sure. Yeah, and doing Caustic Resin and all that stuff, it was just banging your head against a wall, and you get kind of sick of that, whatever.
Yeah.
Why not make it easy and just play good music and not make such a big deal out of it?
Now, since you've been back with the band, you were on the last record.
Yeah.
You played on that, and also on the forthcoming record. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the new record. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the new record, we did it in Los Angeles, which was totally different. Usually, so many of those records we did in Seattle. A little bit we did at Doug's house.
Mm-hmm.
So this was kind of a totally different thing. I guess the whole concept was to do something different. With me and Jim being on board with the record from the very beginning, which was a different thing too. We toured so much in the last 4 years or so. We got like a pretty solid, it's like more like a band now than it ever was, really. It's like everybody kind of is, I don't know.
Yeah, well, for a long time, Doug had many people coming in and out.
Yeah, and I would come in and out, and now it's like everybody knows all the songs. We're all really used to playing each other. It's kind of gelled into its own sort of thing, its own kind of voice, sort of.
Yeah.
So me and Jim were on board from the very beginning, and usually I would come in later as well on the other records, aside from the first record, which me and Doug kind of did from the beginning.
Right.
But then all the other ones, I would come in towards the end of the deal, and just say, well, here, do some stuff and all this. So anyways, this time we all got in on it from the beginning. We were playing the songs at sound checks and stuff, and working it all out. We recorded in Los Angeles with somebody we'd never worked with before, didn't even know him.
How did that work?
Well, this guy Keith Morris, the Circle Jerks.
Uh-huh.
He's a really great guy. I lived in Los Angeles for a while and became friends with him. And he's just kind of the guy. He's like a lifer around town music, independent rock guy, And he, if you need something to know what's up where, he's the local guy. You ask him.
Yeah.
And I asked him, he's like, I know the guy. You need to record with Dave. And how he talks. Such a great dude. And so he hooked us up with Dave. We tried some other people too. We recorded a little bit in Chicago, and we ended up going with Dave. I don't know what's his name. At King Size Studios in Los Angeles. Dave Trumpfield. Yeah, sorry. Woo. We did it there, and we did it on Pro Tools and all this stuff. Trying to,
That's a different
That
way.
was way weird. And
Yeah.
different,
Had you guys in the past, mostly just gone in and played live?
Yeah, you do on tape machines and stuff,
yeah.
which is better. But with the Pro Tools, you get the opportunity to do more you have more options with your performances. You can play and do it over and over and over and over and over, and then boom, you get that way you're allowed to get the performance a lot better, which that aspect of it is really cool,
Yeah.
And the different sounds, and you can
Oh, that's cool. When is the record coming out?
And we're kind of ambivalent about the whole thing actually at this point too. It was pretty scary. No, seriously. When when the thing's all done, you're like, whoa, it does sound different, and it's kind of scary. It's like, it does sound a little different than tape.
Huh.
I don't know if it's because the actual sound or if it's because the method of working is different. It's very, it's
Well, it's outside of your usual experience.
it's
so
mind-boggling,
it's a little,
the whole thing with digital information period is wow.
Yeah.
I don't think as people, I think everybody's still completely overwhelmed with all this stuff anyway. So.
They kind of are. There's so many options now, so many different ways to listen to music.
Yeah.
And Built to Spill, I want to put a vinyl record on and just crank it.
Yeah, we're going to do vinyl of this record as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. When is it coming out?
So anyways, we got some shorter songs on here too. It's coming out in September, I believe.
Yeah.
We're going to have the nationwide tour in September.
So there's some shorter songs, some shorter pop-like songs?
Some shorter songs, yeah. Some pop songs. And the best pop song is the one with the swear word in it that will not be played on the radio.
There will be an edit. Someone will make an edit. Maybe not.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, you guys have played, as you were saying, you toured pretty much for 4 years. You did a lot of festivals, and that must have brought you to a whole new audience.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Didn't you
That's
play?
cool.
Did you play at Bonnaroo?
Yeah,
Did you
I
do
think
that?
so.
Yeah, and I saw you at Vegas.
Vegas, yep.
And I think that's what the festival
And
thing
we
is
did what's
about
left
sometimes.
of Lollapalooza here in Chicago.
Yes, you did.
Whoa.
That's coming up soon.
Is it?
Is again, yeah. But this weekend you're at the Pitchfork Festival, and you're playing later tonight. And like I said, you're playing requests, and as you said, that's songs that you do most of the times anyway. Those are the fan favorites.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that that's
Yeah.
the case, because then the ones that we think are the best are, I guess, the best.
Yeah. See if it works out.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Sure.
I know you have a big day today, so have a great show tonight, and thanks.
Yeah.
Brett Netson of Built to Spill. I'm Marty Lennartz here at the Pitchfork Music Festival.